Well, having heard it before, I suppose in its essence, it's not surprising, but it never gets old, if that's what you mean. It's such a privilege and it's, with the old songs, you kind of take it for granted, but when it's new songs like Dead in the Water, yeah, it validates what you do, and you're still touching people. You can't fight the feeling. Well, like anything I've ever done, there's been some stuff that's great and some stuff that's been not great. So how would I describe it? I would describe it as an exercise in personal and musical freedom. David Holmes, he is a producer, I know, but he's also an artist. So David Holmes, David Bowie, and the Coral, probably. I used to go on tour when I wasn't the front man and be up till 4 or 5 o'clock every morning with Gem, mostly. Shouting and smoking and fucking having it in the dressing room. And now actually you've got to be, because in Oasis I would warm up to my bit in the middle and I would, warm up to, and I'm doing backing vocals, whereas now you've got to be on it from the first song. So it's kind of clipped my party wings. That's hard, I've got to say, because I do like it. Yeah, there's loads left over from Who Built the Moon. Funnily enough, the initial 2 weeks that we did in Belfast, which was like just doing little snippets of music, we did so much those first 2 weeks, almost recorded 2 albums worth of material. And the stuff that David Holmes actually is still working on. And there's quite a bit from the Who Built the Moon sessions that is on its way to being finished. Alone on the Rope, could have, should have been on there. Sail On, could have, should have been on there. She Taught Me to Fly, could have, should have been on there. There's about 3 or 4 or 5, but you're kind of, I didn't really want the album to be too long. It was a bit like, 25 tracks is a bit of a stretch, but yeah, there's 3 or 4, but you can only do what you feel is right on the day. And then once you've signed off on it, it's gone, that's it. On a professional level of songwriting, nothing really. The things that would be nice are things that are out of my control, like, a #1 album in America and fucking a Grammy and all that. So I don't really think about that, but nothing professionally. I think I've pretty much done it all. So it's just that it's chasing the next tune and the next chorus, really. 1, 2, 1, 2. I mean, they really fucking are important. I'd say the first pair of trainers I ever remember getting was a pair of Adidas Kick. And I love them, but I hate it when I lose shoes on tour and bits of clothes and that. I've lost the leather jacket today and it's fucking freaking me out where it is. I can't find it anywhere. I'd say my favourite pair of shoes, I don't know, it'd have to be a pair of Adidas trainers or something, but I couldn't tell you which one though. So honey, please don't let go. All you No, I just no, I don't. It's not because it's my job, and I expect great things from myself. I don't, don't do that. When I know I finish it and I've played it back to myself a few times, and that's just like singing it to myself. It's more a relief that it's done, and then I can get on to the next one. Don't really celebrate them. Never did. It was just, it's just on to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one. Drummer would be, well, let's go bass player McCartney, obviously, for he is the king. Rhythm guitarist would be myself and backing vocals. Lead guitarist would be Johnny Marr. Weller could go on keys because he's a great pianist and keyboard player. Singer, do we have to have a singer? McCartney can do a bit, I can do a bit, Weller can do a bit. And drummer, who did I say for drums? Probably Zach Starkey. I don't tend to collaborate in the traditional sense where I don't co-write with people, although I have done it with Weller and the Chemical Brothers and various other people. But what I'm into at the minute, I've got these three girls who do backing vocals for me they're called Roxy. And the single that's coming after this one called Flying on the Ground, when I was doing that around about the time we were on our way now, I thought the song was good and I thought it would turn out good, but they'd come up with this backing vocal part, and when they sang it on the track it elevated it. And every time I write a song now, I hear those girls in the background somewhere doing something amazing. So at the moment it's them. Out of all the artists that have died, I remember seeing the year that Prince died. I seen him twice. Either I think like the year before he died or the year he died, and I'd never seen him at all leading up to that, and he was fucking great. And I seen him in tiny secret club gigs where he was literally that far away from us, and he was a great loss. As was David Bowie, because David Bowie signed off with two of his best ever records. Yeah, those two, Prince and Bowie.